Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my newest project, Dynasty Warriors 9, and it's going to be taking up Monday through Wednesday, and why isn't it starting? It should have already started by now. Oh, right, there's a reason I left this in. You see, things like this is one of the reasons why this is one of the most reviled games in the entirety of the Dynasty Warriors series, next to 6. But to me, it's a guilty pleasure. Yeah, I will admit it's a guilty pleasure to some extent. What is it with me and bugged out games and me playing them until I finally get bored of them? I don't know. I'm just screwed up in the head. But whatever the case, folks, the game crashed upon loading. Get used to seeing crashes and bugs and things that should not work, but because, oh boy, we're in for a treat. And this is the highlight of the actual Let's Play. The damn thing crashed upon starting, so I had to restart the whole game. And now it's working. Oh, God have mercy. And how many updates this game had? Jesus! Ooh, I can see all the thumbs down right now just for that last 30 seconds that we just had. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 9th installment of the series, and it got rushed to high heaven you will hardly see. They are so adamant of that open world that they completely forgot. Open world plus multiple enemies on a Musou game equals complete and total performance failures. PC was the worst version of the game. No, let me rephrase that. That would be the PS2. I'm playing this on the Xbox One, by the way, the best version. And as you can see, it crashed at the start of the goddamn game. This is the worst that actually happened to me. Like, that's one of the 2 times it crashed on me. Let me rephrase that. 3 times it crashed on me. The second time was in the middle of Wang Yi's playthrough, and the first time is when I actually beat the game with Cao Cao and it crashed the ending. But Jesus Christ. They tried to use real-world graphics and open world. They even got a new voice cast. And they're infamously known. I promise you, this is their first game and hopefully their last, unless they actually do better and not rush through their lines or read their lines with no emotion, like you're going to hear in Dynasty Warriors 9. The group in question is Vox. They may have some people left over from Omega Force, but primarily they're all newbies. And those newbies, they only have maybe 2 or 3 good actors at best. Some of them either force their lines, read off of a script, and pretend that it's acting, or don't even give emotion at all. And how this system works, how the chapter system works, instead of me actually starting off and showing off all the free modes and stuff like that, instead, because there's 13 chapters, or should I say 14? Yeah, there's 13 chapters actually. I'll start with the first chapter and work my way all the way down to chapter 13. Meaning I'm going to have to just switch characters on the fly. In fact, I could also switch characters on the fly in battle as per one of the new updates. Yeah, there's been a lot of new updates here. Also, at the start of the game, doesn't matter what difficulty you started in, the characters will also have an automatic boost because some of the enemies will start off at a certain level as well. I also have a game going on finishing up with one of the DLC characters. But, I bought the DLC, I know. And at the time, it was actually on sale. Funnily enough, ladies and gentlemen, this game also has an Extreme Legends, which is damn near $200. So technically we're playing a old/new game. You suck on that note, Koei. Just for that, you suck. Seriously. All the A game with all of the updates and stuff like that sold at $200. Man, you guys are assholes sometimes, Koei. You really are. But then again, we still buy into your franchise.
During the end of the later Han, the land was in chaos due to the power struggles that had erupted within the imperial court. In addition, repeated natural disasters and poor harvests had aggravated the suffering of the... In this period of turmoil, a man by the name of Zhang Jiao appeared. He began to teach the way of peace in Ji province and brought help to the common people, winning their hearts almost immediately. Then, in the year 184, he rises up in revolt against the imperial court. His yellow turbans rose up in every district across the land. History would later refer to this as the Yellow Turban. The imperial court unsuccessfully tries to suppress them, but is defeated. The fate of the 400-year-old Han Dynasty is about to be decided.
There are fewer and fewer people these days who come to buy my straw wares from other villages. The turmoil of war is affecting business terribly. It's hard for those of us who live day to day to have any security in our lives.
Liu Bei. He claimed to be an heir of Liu Sheng, the prince of Zhansheng and descendant of the Western Han Empire. Despite his concern for the plight of the common people, he had little power to save them. Instead, he was forced to weave baskets in his home of Lusang village, doing what he could to make a living.
But I cannot afford to waste time bemoaning my fate. I'd better go and see what I can sell to others in the village.
What's all this commotion about?
The governor is calling for volunteers to fight against the Yellow Turbans, or whatever those ruffians are calling themselves. They're on their way here.
Huh. That's kind of frightening.
The Yellow Turban menace is now threatening even this village. Volunteer troops. Those who would protect the people from the chaos of war. I wonder if they would accept me as one of their number.
Terrible news! The Yellow Turbans are here! They're just outside the village!
Oh, what can we do? There's no time to call for help.
Everyone remain calm. All we can do now is fight to protect the village. The Yellow Turbans will not expect us to fight back. We have the element of surprise on our side. It will give us the opportunity to claim victory.
We don't stand a chance against them. We'll just have to give them everything we have and hope they spare our lives.
Why do they have to come to our village? We have to get out of here as soon as we can.
Is no man here prepared to fight with me and defend this village?
Your attitude is to be commended. I will fight with you and teach the Yellow Turbans a lesson they shan't soon forget. Huh! I was just thinking I'd like to get my hands dirty myself. I'll come with you too!
I have not seen either of your faces around here before, but I am grateful for your bravery. Join me, and we will keep the village safe.
Things are a little bit different as opposed to the past Dynasty Warriors, where you're trapped in the menu, you gotta set up your weapons, your armor, your horse in certain games, and also check the field and see whether you win or lose or your whatever. But here, not so much. You're in an open world where you gotta put on the experience points as soon as you start the game. You gotta also put on all your equipment, provided you actually have some. If you don't, you'll just end up getting some because enemies will drop it anyway. Well, specifically enemies near the end of the chapter. And you'll also end up buying some too. You'll also get some gold along the way from killing enemies. And by the way, you're wondering, what are those slots in the accessory? Well, those are synthesized slots. And depending on the material you have, you can synthesize your items to be even more powerful than what they already are. You see, the setup I'm getting is basically going to round out the strength, attack, and defense, as well as give me some experience points, and also will give me will allow me to have items come to me instead of me having to walking over to them. So that just makes things a lot easier. Also, the control schemes are a lot different. But before we get to that, this is how you actually upgrade the experience for all characters. Just saying,
nothing but violence and fear.
if you have experience
We will
points,
repel them
you just gotta put them on in the menu.
Protect the peace of the
instead
village with our own
like,
hands.
You racing the level and being automatically allocated. On that note, the X button is your flow attack. Y button is your charge attack.
Delighted to have
Or
two
should I say the Y
fine
button's the
warriors
counter.
join our cause.
A button's the jump, B's the suicide.
I am known as One Yu. I believe our meeting
right
here is some kind of
bumper,
fate.
or
I hope
R1.
to see more.
Yes, two versions.
The name's Shang
game.
Fei.
Right bumper is
Brawl,
basically
if I do
going
say
to
so
be
myself.
the,
Nice to meet ya.
God damn it, I'm trying to think. It's going to be the button that you're going to use in conjunction with any of the force button buttons, X, Y, B,
None can
and
stand in our
A,
way now.
stun, knockout, pop-up, or assault.
You really want to get in the way of the Yellow Turbans? In that
And
case,
what we're doing
you'll
right now
deal
is
with my
we're
quick
killing off
feet
all the
and my
Yellow
strong
Turbans,
arms.
including the new character, So Song. By the way, a little word of warning. So Song has one of the worst voice actors. No, he has the worst voice actor in the entirety of the game. No, I was right, one of, because there's also Xiao Ba, but still. He has the worst voice actor in the entire game, and you'll be hearing him as soon as I defeat him. I'm also looking at my controls, but for some reason, my
aspirations.
R3 and my right thumbstick, which I was trying to do south of me, thinks it's the left trigger and keeps whistling for my damn horse. Now, see, my controller works in every other game.
gotta get
Yes,
out of
even
here.
Yakuza's 1, 2, 3, and 0. Yeah, I downloaded 3, by the way.
Those who stand
It
in the
works
way of
just
virtue shall
fine.
fail.
Now, the thing is, that's one of the glitches
This
that's
victory
happening
was
in the
made
game.
possible due to your
And
efforts.
also, the R3 is for the auto run anyway, so I don't even know why it's calling a horse.
All is well, everyone. We have dispatched the evil Yellow Turbans, who threaten the peace of this village.
What? You really managed to beat them?
What'd be the point in lying? Of course we beat them. We beat them good, too. They won't be bothering you for a while. Yes, and we owe everything to this man who rallied us to fight. Everyone, if you wish to thank anyone, thank Master Liu Bei.
What? That hat seller Liu Bei? He was the one that saved us?
Thank you. Thank you, Liu Bei. I promise I will repay this debt.
No, I only did what any one of you would have done. I cannot accept payment. The greatest joy I could know is to see all of you living in peace without fear of invasion.
You hear that, Zhang Fei? In this age of chaos, a time of selfishness and vanity, there's one man who thinks of the happiness of the people above all else. I've seen a lot of different people in a lot of different places, but I've never seen anyone like him. What's more, he's got the courage and the skill to back it up. Yes, he is no ordinary man. Yeah, I got a feeling we've met someone special here today. You both saw the sign recruiting troops, I take it. Do you intend to join the army of volunteers?
I do not know yet. I can say that I have been greatly moved by what I have seen here today. If it will help to ease the turmoil in this land and bring even the slightest salvation to its people, then it may be worthwhile to join this army.
That's real noble of you. If this army will give me a way of using my fists to pummel some bad guys, then I'm all for it too. I see. As for myself, I've spent time wandering the land. Just as I was thinking I would like to find some place to settle down, I saw this sign.
We each have differing ambitions, yet we have been drawn to the same place. What say you we all join this volunteer army together?
Sounds good to me. And I've got a feeling I'm gonna get along real well with you two.
I am of the same mind. I would be honored if we could all walk this path together.
But I don't see why there's any need to hurry. Why don't we at least celebrate our meeting with a drink or two?
Yes, why not? I would like to learn more about both of you.
Then we should head for the tavern. We will talk at length there. Really? So you are a descendant of Liu Sheng, king of Zhongshan?
I knew there was something special about you when I saw you drive off the yellow turbans. But I didn't realize you were royalty.
I'm only very distantly related. As you can see, I'm forced to make a living by selling straw mats.
So, how come a humble straw salesman suddenly decided he wanted to save the village? I suppose your royal blood suddenly made itself known, did it?
Perhaps. But more than anything, I just felt myself consumed by an overwhelming desire to protect the ordinary people of this village.
So, rather than your own life, you chose to protect the lives of the people. Now that is true nobility.
You're something, that's for sure. Who would have thought I'd ever meet someone like you? It just goes to show, you never know what life will bring.
For my part, getting to know two such mighty warriors as yourselves is one of the greatest honors of my life. It was amazing to watch you both in action.
I cannot help but feel that our meeting like this is no coincidence, but was dictated by the fates.
Yeah. I mean, it's just too weird that we'd meet like this and get on so well.
I have a proposal. I suggest that we swear an oath today to become sworn brothers.
Hey, that sounds great! I'm in! I reckon the three of us could do great things together.
Sworn brothers? With you? Are you sure one such as myself is worthy of such a singular honor?
Indeed, if we are to be sworn brothers, then you are the only possible choice as the eldest and leader of our brotherhood. Isn't that right, little brother?
What? So I'm the youngest, am I?
Now that that's settled, we should find a more suitable place to swear our oath. Do you know of anywhere more appropriate?
How about the peach garden in the village? At this time of year, the flowers are in bloom, and it is a magnificent sight. But it's strange, isn't it? We just met, and now we're exchanging oaths of brotherhood.
Some things in life are just about a meeting of hearts. Some people might call it fate. Some would call it a bond between people. Isn't that so, Zhang Fei of Yan?
Call me Fei. We're gonna be brothers, so let's not be so formal, huh, brother?
You know what? I think he has a point.
Well then, let's have a drink!
We three are brothers bound by righteous purpose, though born at different times.
We ask to die. The same year, in the same month, on the same day.
We go forward with compassion for all.
Yeah!
And now that that oath is done, by the way, this happens with Liu Bei, Zhang Fei, and Guan Yu, so bear that in mind. It's time for us to continue on with the story. Also, I just got myself another level. Fantastic! See, that quality wolf belt actually works. So now we've got a new mission to suppress the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Here's the thing about this game. It's not just you running in and slaying everything that's in sight. This mission is based on multiple missions. But on top of that, you're going to have to start by talking with the envoy in order for it to actually continue.
Please take this.
Thank you for your service. We're here to eliminate the Yellow Turbans as they're disrupting the peace. You are to help us to that end. The volunteer forces are to assist the Imperial Army. Do not try and be a hero. You must know your place, respect your superiors, and provide what help you can without getting in the way.
What was all that about? They put up a sign begging for help, and then tell us not to be heroes.
If we perform too notably in battle, it will embarrass the Imperial Army. I suppose that is what they fear.
They're worried about saving face? This land will never improve if they're concerned with such meaningless issues. What is truly important is surely the desire of all of us to help those suffering before our very eyes.
You said it, brother. Those guys have lost sight of what really matters.
Yes, we will show them what can be achieved when you are driven by the spirit of righteousness.
Then come, we must begin. We will remove the threat posed by the Yellow Turbans and bring peace and security back to the lives of the people.
Alright.
We cannot stand idly by
The way this mission structure works, and that's going to be for certain battles throughout the entirety of the game. Oh, actually for all battles throughout the entirety of the game. There are certain missions you can take on, and then you can actually go straight for Zhang Jiao.
Sir,
However, it's best to actually whittle down Zhang Jiao's level, because at the start of this, Zhang Jiao is literally at level 22. Do you really want to fight that and you start off at best level 6, at worst level 1 in the case of Cao Cao? I don't even know why they do that to him, but still. Do you really want to start off at that point and find yourself in a battle that you're probably going to lose? The answer, no. So what you're going to do, you're going to have no choice but to actually follow the instructions of the game. By the way, this was actually to show you about watchtowers and also about waypoints. The watchtowers, every time you find them, unless you discover the new land, will discover new land for you and also new materials and items to work with. The waypoints will not only discover new land, but you can work to said waypoints at any time. Now, I also forgot to mention another thing, the return of the bow and arrow, which is something that has been missing since Dynasty Warriors 5. Ironically enough, I'm playing 5 Extreme Legends on Thursday, but still. After Dynasty Warriors 5, we have not seen the bow and arrow as a secondary weapon for quite some time. And what I'm doing this is gathering items, because that's exactly what you're going to be practically doing throughout the entire game. But back to the point of the bow and arrow. See, here in Dynasty Warriors 9, you have certain types of arrows. You have a whole plethora of arrows as of now, because there were updates, because you also have new arrows, like the tranquilizing arrow, which you can use to catch game, but also you have fire, poison arrows, piercing arrows, which actually destroys guard. Something that you really want, because piercing arrows are really damn good. Also, the bows that'll actually give you the ability for piercing arrows is so much better, because while the arrows themselves may only be 20, the bow itself is basically there. And not to mention, the normal arrows will have the ability to pierce as opposed to having 20 piercing arrows. And once they're gone, you gotta make some more. So it's better to have a bow that gives your arrows the ability than to have 20 arrows. Plain and simple. But in the exact same moment, you now be able to use you actually change the speed of the horse on a dime, or use auto run to follow the path to your next objective. It's going to be something that's going to be repeated. Welcome. Oh yeah, and by the way, since I've already crafted the vitamin powder in question, you saw it in my options. Please, come again. All I need to do now is talk to the guy that is right next to the wall. This is a mandatory mission, by the way. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. It's this mission that will continue on other missions. And the more you do missions, the less of a threat the main enemy of the chapter, or at least the battle, is. And guess what? That was a level 5 mission. Some of those missions are going to be dropped down to a good number.
Thank you very much.
And sometimes the enemies stay before they actually get the cue to, or should I say the allies stay before they get the cue to actually leave.
What a show, brother!
So now we got to go to the next area, which happens to be question mark. Let's go there. Might as well, because after all, there are going to be enemies everywhere. It's best that we actually chop down all of the avenues so that the Yellow Turbans won't have that much morale. And oh yeah, morale is king once again.
We won't win this battle easily.
And I also forgot something else. Oh yeah, I am forgetting something.
Choose your words carefully,
how you
Master
consume items. You gotta press the up button. It's a good thing I'm showing this now since we're on the way here. You gotta press the up button on the D-pad to actually consume the item that you have equipped. And also you gotta equip the items too. You run out of the items, you gotta go get some more, or just simply switch to an item that actually has items in it. Either way, that's how you actually consume items in this game as opposed to picking them up. Now there are gonna be some items that you'll be able to pick up and magnetize towards you via the gold crown. But unfortunately, that's only if you manage to successfully rack up a huge chain combo, which you see on the bottom of the screen right here. The huge chain any huge chains combos between 100 to at least 1,000 will net you not only experience points, it'll net you money, it'll heal you, give you a defense boost, an attack buff. Yes, they simplified the combat where you're just pressing buttons just like you did in Dynasty Warriors 6. The only difference is, at least in 9, you are getting experience points and you will be getting stronger as time goes on. 6, all you're doing is just pretty much ice picking the enemy's health away until they're dead. And we just rescued Eugene, who, by the way, made his debut in Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends. He's the hard-ass soldier who normally stick by the rules, and if you don't follow the rules, he will give you the harshest punishment known to man. That's how he is in Dynasty Warriors 8. And he's still that way in Dynasty Warriors 9. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, after we rescue Eugene, he will mention something about about two altars, and those altars are going to be the focus of part 2, as well as weakening the Yellow Turbans even further. This is RVman985. See you guys next time, and sorry for that dead spot. I had a brain fart there. Peace out, guys.